This is Miss Lizzie, and I want to welcome you to the Queen Lizzie podcast. Together, we will go through the history of Rosewood, Florida, and watch as the once prosperous town rises out of the bloodshed, fire, and ash to reveal the people, the memory, and the legacy of Rosewood. Watch every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, or listen to our story on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Hello, everybody. I am Lizzie Robinson Jenkins, representing not only the Rosewood Foundation, but the personal testimonies and history of cherished friends and family. You are now watching the Queen Lizzie podcast. Today, we're talking with Jessie Moses Jr. Welcome, Jessie Moses Jr., to the Queen Lizzie podcast.
My pleasure being here. It's my honor to be here today and be a part of your podcast. You're such an inspiration to me in life, and I'm just so excited about being here today.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
I am honored to have you. And I want you all to know that Jesse is my cousin, and he is from Archer also. And we're here today to talk about ACPO, the history of ACPO, and the accomplishments that we have accomplished out in Archer. So, Jesse, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can give us a brief history.
Well, the history of it, of course, you're the start of it, of course, and being one of the founders of the ACPO. And it's a 46-year organization that's been representing the needs and the things of the community, the issues that surround social as well as cultural identities that we want to express to the world, and not only to our city and who we are and what we represent in terms of the people that we are. We've, over the past, put on many events that has correlated with society and what it be from the beginning, voter registrations,
Yes.
Education to the political needs of our individual people of color, as well as being a part of participating in the community and being a part of the initiatives from the city.
Yes.
That's created a number of things, and it's come out of the ACPO, as well as some of our members becoming board members and mayors, actually, of the city of Archer.
Yes.
Over the years, we'll put on our main event, which is the 46th Cultural Arts Festival. It is the highlight of the city, and we've done it for many years. Hundreds of people come out to that event that highlights our cultural, crafts, arts, food, as well as talent. Softball.
Talent shows.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
My
softball.
sister, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. MLK.
MLK.
We do MLK every year.
Every year, which is, of course, we recognize our individuals in the community, our citizens,
Right.
for their contribution of what they have did.
And we also give scholarships.
We did. We gave out, and we are continuing to giving out. We gave out over $2,000 worth of scholarships that we do this year.
Yes.
They are for individuals that attend the local churches and graduating from our local high school, Newberry High.
Yes.
And also one to an individual that attends Santa Fe Community College that's going into the nursery field. And that's in honor, of course, of my mother and my father, Carrie Bell Moses and Jessie Moses Sr.
Exactly. And we have to keep the history alive. And we work in conjunction with Archer Historical Society.
Yes, we do. And that's why I am the president of ACPO today. I'm following in the footsteps of my mother, this was one of her
Pet peeves.
What? Dear to our heart.
Yes, it
Okay,
was.
are you coming to the festival?
Yes,
And
yes.
we participated and been to many of them, and we've had a lot of exciting times there. And I'm trying to carry on what they
The
instilled.
legacy.
Yes, because we are part of the history of the city of Archer, Florida.
Exactly.
And we played a big part in what Archer is and what Archer has become to be today.
Exactly. And I remember when Oscar Harris, before he expired, he was very instrumental in helping, helping us organize.
You know he
Also,
was.
yes,
Yeah.
because he was the first community action agency director in Gainesville. And he shared his information with us. And so Archer combined, like you say, your mother, Rhodey
Oh,
Robinson.
of course.
And we don't want to start naming people
No, it's
because
so
we don't want to
many.
leave
Leave nobody out. No.
Exactly. But
No.
there were many, and there are still people very interested in making sure this legacy continues. And I'm proud.
I am, of course, Mr. Oscar Robinson was one of my mentors. My first mentor.
Oscar Harris.
I'm sorry, because Robinson, I'm just saying, yeah, we're just saying, but Mr. Harris, he was one of my mentors from the beginning. He was, I was in the Boy Scouts, and he was my pack leader when I was young. So
Yes.
he was a mentor, and what he did, what he become in terms of his education that he acquired, and being a part of the, like you said, the community action agency, in terms of running that for so many years, that helped so many people from this area in Alachua County.
And what I remember and like most about Oscar Harris, when I met him, I was teaching at Archer Community School, and he was the custodian.
Yes, ma'am.
He went to college and got his degree, then his BS, and then he got his master's, and then he became a leader big time
Yes, he
in
did.
Archer, and he was a mentor for many, many children, and we just miss him so much. But he left his legacy.
Sure he did,
His
because
son,
Yeah,
Corey, for
Corey.
you all
Yeah.
out there that's listening, Corey Harris is his son.
he certainly is. As a matter of fact, he played for me on one of the youth teams, and that I did coach in terms of the youth league that we had and still continue to have in Archer that produced so many players.
Yes.
Oscar was, Mr. Harris was, when I was in school, he was that custodian.
Yes, he was.
And just a little tip, of course, and of course, cause you was a teacher there at that
Yes.
time, so those were things that we want to let individuals know that there were people of color,
Exactly.
minorities that did things that set the standards that were inspiration to us and what
Exactly.
we came and become as we are today.
Exactly. And it took all of us working together.
Community.
The community. And I'm so glad that I am a life member of the Archer Historical Society. And on the 25th, May 25th of this month, we are going to be honoring my aunt, the Rosewood school teacher, who will turn 131 years. No, she's not alive, but we're going to celebrate her life and the suffrage and the accomplishments. She suffered, but she also accomplished much. And we're going to be talking about that. I don't know if I told you, I have invited our governor.
Okay.
I'm still waiting to hear from them. If he can't come, we would love for him to send a representative, because this is history that we cannot change. It is Black history. We lived it. We can't change it. And I want people to respect it, acknowledge it, like the reparation they gave the Rosewood descendants
Yes, ma'am.
and survivors. It wasn't a payment. It was acknowledgement. It was respect. And that's what we want. Respect the work that we have done in helping to build America.
That's so true. We will be so pleased that he would, if he would attend. And
Exactly.
of course, send a representative if he do not.
Yes.
Because the Rosewood history plays a big part in the history of the state of Florida.
Yes.
And it should not be forgotten and always remembered in terms of what has transpired, what those people and individuals did and have become, and many of them, such as we do know, our uncles and our aunts, became outstanding individuals and leaders in the community, as well as in the world, in terms of where our legacy from the Rosewoods descendants descend to.
Exactly, and from slavery too. We came from slaves, enslaved, not slave. We came from enslaved. We were enslaved, and we have contributed a lot, and we cannot and we will not allow anyone, to ban it. You will not forget it, not as long as I am living, and you will not forget Rosewood. That's our history. It's ugly, but you know what, Jessie? I always tell it positively. I don't attack anybody. You know that.
Yes,
I don't accuse anybody.
No, no.
Of what
We're
happened.
just telling the story and telling the truth of how it is and how it was.
Exactly. And we can't change that.
No, and I tell the people of the day, because, of course, because we're so familiar with those individuals, with your mother and stuff, that my great-great-grandfather, those are the ones, as you're saying, they came out of slavery.
Yes.
And these are the descendants and their kids, your mother, that those things happen to and that they overcome, become the outstanding individuals and the citizens of America that they became.
Exactly, and you don't know this. I think I have told you, but your grandmother, your mom's name is Carrie.
Yes, ma'am.
Your grandmother's name was Carrie Strong.
Yes.
But before she married a Strong, her name was Carrie Brown, and she is the sister to my grandfather, Charlie Brown.
Right, I tell people that, I know. And I say, they talk about, I say, that's who she is. That's who he is. My great-great-grandmother is the sister of that particular individual, in terms of that. He was a school teacher, and he was never able to return back home.
Okay. Did you remember Mr. Kahn, Fred Kahn's?
A long time ago.
Right,
yes, ma'am.
right. Well, I'm
yes,
not
ma'am.
going to tell you his story, but
yes,
I
ma'am.
am going to tell you his story. Fred Kahn was, Josiah T. Walls was a teacher many years ago in Archer.
Yes, ma'am.
And Fred Kahn, who is, I don't remember the relationship, but anyway, he was in Archer, and he was a genius, and he was like the shepherd boy for Josiah T. Walls.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, one of the great individuals from Archer, Florida, the historian. Go ahead. Let's not dropping those names on us. All right.
Well, I just know so much, and I have to share it because there are some people out there that remembers and hears me. And I did not take you on when I first talked about your grandmother, Carrie Strong. How did she become a Strong? She married, don't remember if you remember Uncle Alex Strong.
Alec, yes.
Okay, she married his brother.
Okay.
From Chiefland. From Otter Creek.
Otter Creek.
Otter Creek. And that's how the Otter Creek Bradleys.
Yes, ma'am.
That were a lot of Rosewood descendants from Otter Creek.
Of course, you have to go through Otter Creek to get to Rosewood.
Exactly. And when the KKK went through Otter Creek.
Yes, ma'am.
The blacks were hidden by the whites, and told the KKK when they came there in an effort to start a fight.
Yes, ma'am.
The whites said to the KKK, "Get out of here. These people work for us and with us, and you are not going to touch them." And they ushered them right on out of Otter Creek on down to Rosewood. The story goes on and on and on.
Thank God for them.
Yeah, and I have an interview from A.C. Strong. Okay, that I have in my book, and he told me everything about Otter Creek and how the blacks and the whites came together. So the story, it's a story. It's showing people working together, coming together.
Yes, ma'am.
These are my friends. You are not going to touch them, so get the hell out of here and go on where you are going. And they protected them.
And that story must be told.
It must
be told
because it's important.
Yes, ma'am. And of course, you've done such an outstanding job over the years. And your drive and determination for that story to be told is unrelentless, and it goes beyond words and what you have put into it to make it be known what has happened and what it is to be and where we have came from.
We have come a long ways.
Yes, ma'am, we
have, and it takes all of us working together, and that's why I want to share it to the next generation, because the next generation will have to carry it on. Your grandchildren, my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, but we got to educate them, and we can't educate them if we take our history out of school books, okay, and out of content. We will not do that, and I'm talking, and I want everybody to hear me. We will not allow our history to be buried. That's what we are.
No, we should not, and that history should be told.
It is.
In terms of, as we know, and it's because it's a good history.
It is.
In terms of what has come to be, in terms of my father, of course, a graduate of course, you as well, of the Archer Negro
High School. I have his diploma.
Okay.
I have my diploma, and that's what it says, Archer Negro Public School, or no, Archer Negro High School.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it does. Yes, it did. And we were proud of our school.
Of course, in terms of getting the education at that time, as we know, we go back to those great people, and when they were saying, in terms of going to get education, that they had to walk to school.
I did.
Oh my Lord! See what I'm talking about?
I did, and I was so tired on my way back. Johnny Rollins, I would ride. He would put me on his back.
Okay.
Because I was so little, and I was walking 3 miles.
Okay.
Okay, in the heat.
Okay.
So he made sure he brought me on his, and I would go to sleep on his back.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, those were the good old days. And,
yes.
And I loved Johnny until, those were the good old days.
But
so,
you pointed out something, and I want everybody to know that your thing is about educating others, and educating society,
exactly,
so that it will be known and not forgotten. And of course, that is a big proponent of the ACPO in terms of what we do. We are a resource organization that we work with different organizations that help and can give help to individuals in terms of getting to the point where they need to get to, whether that might be school, might that be health.
Yes.
Yeah. So, we're on your side for sure.
I appreciate that. All right. That's about time for our first half. We are going to head to a quick break, and we'll be back right after a word from our sponsors.
Meldon Law has been serving personal injury victims since 1971. In those days, Jeffrey Meldon's presence as an attorney in the music scene dubbed him with the nickname the Hippie Attorney. And although times have changed, 2 things haven't: our commitment to bettering our community by helping the injured.
Albert, are you ready to go to the game?
And our love for the Florida Gators.
If you bleed orange and blue, Meldon Law is the firm for you.
I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida and America's Black History.
And you are too.
January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com.
Welcome back to Queen Lizzie Podcast, brought to you weekly from the Steve Spurrier Podcast Room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are here with Jessie Moses Jr. The Queen Lizzie Podcast is brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union, live from the Meldon Law Gator Studios at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Okay, we are back, and we want you to remember the weekend brunch here at Spurrier's from 11 to 3 on the weekend. Come out, patronize, stop by, say hello, the best food in town. And and the best service in town. They do an excellent job. And remember Meldon Law, Jeffrey at Meldon Law. He has been working with the University of Florida for 70 years, probably a little plus now because he's getting older, and he has been dedicated to them. Freddie Weeby Broadcasting or Marketing Company is also a part of this great connection. And Campus USA Credit Union with Jared Bennett. Okay, these are the people that support Rosewood 100%. And speaking of the University of Florida, I know you already know, but I'm going to say it anyway. I posted on my Facebook a welcome to our new president, our 14th president, Dr. Santa J. Ono, who is the new president. And I want him to know, and I want y'all to know, I plan to invite him to be on my podcast.
Okay, well, certainly.
But I have to set up a meeting first. But
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have been thinking, because all he can say is no. But I'm going to extend the invitation because I would personally like to meet him. So we are excited about our new president. I am, and I know everybody else is.
Well, I certainly am myself, and I would be pleased to meet him as well because I am, well, as a proud graduate of the University of Florida,
Right.
as well as my daughter, a graduate as well, Miss Audrey Moses, and so we want the university to play a part of what we're doing in terms of the Rosewood legacy,
Exactly.
and continue to contribute to it as
Exactly.
they have and are doing now.
Exactly. I attended a Saturday night. I attended African American Studies end of the year dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
And we had good food, and Dr. Cantor was David Cantor was the organizer, and David Cantor, and let me tell you this, we had real soul food.
Oh my God!
We had oxtails,
Well,
collard greens. Okay.
Okay, my
Mac
mom
and
was a great
cheese.
cook, boy, and I love eating that good soul
Beans.
food. Oh my Lord!
We had it all. It was fun, Dr. Cantor. And I did call you before I left home this morning to let you know that I was going to talk about you and your oxtails. I call them the oxtails. And
my.
we had leftovers. Well, we had carry out. It was so much. We brought food home. Okay. It was so nice. And I want to set up a meeting with Dr. Cantor and his staff.
Okay.
Okay. And so that we can come together as a team and work on African American Black Studies. And his co-partners there was Dr. Courtney Taylor, not co-partner, co-worker, Dr.
Yes.
Courtney Taylor,
Yes.
and Dr. Rick Stevens.
Okay.
And I'm going to be bringing Dr. Rick Stevens back on my show, but I have already met with Dr. David Canton on my show. Okay, so I just wanted to put out a shout out for you all and thank you all for the great job that you are doing at the University of Florida working with African American Studies.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome.
And we appreciate you all. Keep up the good work. I just want to be a part of your team to share some of my information. Okay? And let them bring in students if students are interested in coming interning with us, or if they need credits, they can work on Black history. Okay. And we're looking forward to a big turnout on the 25th of May this month. We're inviting all of the churches. We would like proclamations from churches, because the reason I am I have already gotten one from, one is on the way from Representative Yvonne Henson.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And,
Okay, fantastic.
Yes, and I want the churches to also send out a proclamation and come to worship with us. When I say worship network, yes, with us. Okay.
Certainly.
Yes, so we have a lot going on, and just glad to have Jessie Moses on my show today. It's an honor to have you. I appreciate you and what you are doing in the community very much. That is important. That is important.
Thank you so much. Of course, I've said it's an honor to be able to continue on the work that you started, and we're going to be doing that this coming weekend. It's turned into they call it the Mother's Day weekend.
Yes,
and it's going to be a Mother's Day extravaganza in Archer this weekend. On Friday night, on May 9th, at the community center, we're going to have a ladies' night out with some of that good soul food that you said. Okay.
Oxtail.
Okay. The snack on. Okay. And we would like the ladies to come out, have a good time. We're going to have some line dancing going on as well. And we just want the mothers to come out and have a good time.
I'll be there.
Okay. And
line dancing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's a good form of exercise, but it's a good way to to have a good time.
And network the
and
community.
network with each other.
Yes.
And of course, the next day we're going to have the 46th annual Cultural Arts Festival at Maddox Park from 12 to 8. I think that event, in terms of the Mother's Day latest night out, that event is from 6 to 10. So I just wanted to, put that in. I think I forgot to say that.
Okay, 6 to 10 Friday night.
Yes, ma'am.
So be there with your dancing shoes on.
Yes.
Boots and whatever.
Boots on the ground.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't learned that one.
Okay, well, some of us there, and like we're just saying, we do it for fun, and we're glad to, work with each other, and we try to teach us to dance. And, of course, at the Arts Festival, which is a big cultural event for us in terms of having vendors there with food, oxtails, barbecue, of course, goat. And, yes, ma'am.
Yes. That's what we didn't have. We didn't have goats, but we will have our goat on Saturday.
Right, and we're going to have a bounce house for the kids, and then we're going to have a softball game. And, of course, I'm going to have a group that's coming out and participating at that event that's going to give us some entertainment that day, starting around 3 p.m. And we're looking for a nice turnout. I want to, thank my sponsors, the My Village Group.
The law firm.
West Law Firm.
Okay.
Arnold's Construction.
Arnold Construction.
Yes, ma'am.
Arnold is very supportive in the community.
In the community.
Very supportive.
Of course, the Children's Trust.
Yes, the Children's Trust with Marsha Kiner.
Marsha Kiner.
Marsha Kiner.
Yes, I told her that I knew her father in terms of him being a coach, and of course, that's what we just saying, Duke Energy.
Yes, and Duke Energy.
Yes, so we're so appreciative of them in supporting the 46th Cultural Art Festival in Archer that's going to be happening on this Saturday coming. And of course, the Rosewood Foundation will be there.
I will be there.
So come out, and she will have her books there for you too.
Oh Lord, I will bring my books. But you have to buy a book. Don't come there and look.
Right, and then she will personally autograph it for you.
I will autograph it for you. And plus, we are working on a Rosewood cookbook. We need a recipe from each of you. To be a part. To be a part of the book. We are going to publish it for Christmas, so you can buy it as a Christmas present. It is called the Rosewood Cookbook, and we have our graphics person. And we are working on it as we speak. We have a committee.
I just think, of course, that's such a fantastic idea in terms of even me and talking to some of my relatives about, of course, all the recipes and stuff that
Yes.
no one knows and how to cook the good food, as we call it anymore, that we need to create, some cookbooks that puts those recipes and carries those legacies in terms of what those
Keep
people.
them active. Exactly.
And so I think that's such a great idea that we can and that you are doing,
Yes.
put together, and that'll be another thing that the young individuals can pass on to their
Exactly.
kids or do for their kids in terms of cooking those type of foods, and that we all love so much.
That's right. That's right. And we're looking forward to seeing you on this particular day. I will be sending out emails. We will be we will be getting proclamations. The proclamation is going to be about the Rosewood school teacher. We can't, if you want to read it, if you're present, fine. Those that we don't have time to read, we are going to archive them in the Rosewood Museum. We have the renderings already posted on the website,
Yes, ma'am.
rosewoodflorida.com.
Okay.
Go there and see what the museum is going to look like. We only have a couple of 4 pictures, but they are there to give you an idea and I hope inspire you to donate. We need donations for scholarship and for the museum. And that's what Saturday is going to be about, the 25th of May. It's
Yeah.
going to be our kickoff, our museum kickoff. And we're not charging you all, but we are going to give you each of you will get a card, a business card, and we want you to scan it. Donation. If it's $2, just give us $2. If we get enough $2,
Yes, it
okay,
will add up.
it will add up. Perfect word. It will add up. It counts. Okay? So
Yes.
please come ready. Bring your friends. And we have not thought about games. Games are good, but sometimes kids need to listen.
Yes, they
And we
do.
don't need to be gaming all the time.
Well, we're there to let them know about
Yes,
history.
Exactly.
And even where they're at is
Yes.
a part of history, the
Exactly.
depot itself.
And I'm going to invite Marsha, or you. Why don't you invite Marsha kind of to come down if she is not busy and bring her information from the Children's Trust.
Okay.
Those are the kinds of booths we need. Education.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, we do.
And the jump, we don't need. Okay, yes. And we're looking forward to Friday night. Would you like to, will you do our closing message? What would you like to say about being my guest today?
Well, I want to say that it's just been a pleasure and an honor to be in the presence of such a great individual that's been a mentor, an inspiration in terms of why I have become and why I do the things I do today. And I'm so pleased that in her eyesight that I am contributing
Yes, you are.
to the legacy of what she started.
Yes.
And as she has said, please bring your proclamations
Yes.
and let them be a part of the museum
Yes.
and the history,
Yes.
so that you have a part in it as well, that when the next generation come along, they can know that you were there.
All right. Okay. Well,
Thank you so much.
and thank you so much. And you two have been an inspiration, okay? A product of Archer, a coach, okay?
Yes.
And you have made a difference.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I just want to do a shout out to a good friend of yours who worked so hard with you, Terry Lee.
Terry Lee, yes.
Terry, we
man.
love you.
We love you, Terry. You know, you made things be.
Yes.
For
Yes.
the city in terms of recreation.
Yes, he
And
did.
you will never, ever be forgotten.
Exactly. So thank you, Terry, from Archer, and your fraternity brother, Kappa.
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Okay, give
Oh,
a shout out to Kappa Alpha
oh,
Psi
yeah.
and Zeta Phi Beta.
Zeta Phi Beta to the Divine Nine.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
that's better. That's better. And HBCU, a lot of y'all are out there. Okay.
Yes, as well.
All right, we have shown off today, haven't
Okay.
we? All right. I am continuously humbled, honored, and blessed to meet people daily and invite them to join in peace building, healing, and reconciliation through learning about the history of Rosewood. That will wrap up today's episode. I am Lizzie Jenkins. Until next time. Goodbye.
Bye.